start now. Today our topic is about another resource allocative mechanism that is called mixed economic system. Why do we say it is a mixed economic system? We studied free market economy in which basic economic questions they were answered by the market forces of demand and supply without any government intervention. And what were the outcomes of that system? On one side, it was having consumer sovereignty. It is still having. Consumer is the king. Whatever consumer is willing to buy and able to buy in a qualitative manner in a competitive market, that must be supplied by the producers according to consumer wants. But on the other hand, it was not producing public goods, it was under allocating the resources in the provision of merit goods, and demerit goods were more produced, and there was unequal or uneven distribution of income in the society. Now, in case of planned economic system that tried to overcome the problems which were the result of free market economy, planned system tried to produce more of public goods, more of necessities, food, shelter and clothing should be provided by the state, and more merit goods which will increase the social welfare. And they were having the decision making process by using a method of social benefits and social cost in the society. If total social benefits are greater than total social cost, government has to take the decision in that way. So do you think planned system had overcome the basic economic problem of scarcity? No. It was having many planning faults. Okay? In case of a stronger defense provision, they were having lack of production of basic necessities. Defense was becoming stronger and stronger, but they were not producing, they were not allocating more of resources in the production of basic necessities of life. So many of the problems were faced during the planned economic system when it was working to overcome the basic economic problem of scarcity. Now both free market and planned, they are having their pros and cons. So what is mixed economic system? Now the basic economic questions, they will be answered by both private and public sector. Like majority of the decisions, they are taken by private sector and public sector. What does it mean by public sector? Now this is the government sector which produces many of the goods or a few of the goods in a better sense which are not provided by the private sector or they are under provided. Which things are not provided? They are the public goods like defense, street lighting, roads. They have not been provided by the private sector in case of free market. So public sector will take the place of the provision of those goods. And merit goods, they are under provided by the private sector like education and health. So wherever there is no allocation or under allocation of resources, that will be covered by the public sector in order to promote efficient allocation of resources in the economy. Efficient means where wastage of resources is minimized. Clear? So these two sectors, they are answering what to produce, what, how, and for whom to produce. Alright? So for this reason, we can find what? There is going to be private and public ownerships. Both ownerships are present. Private and public ownerships are present. Alright? So what is the motivation? The private sector has to take majority of decisions. Majority of market, majority of goods are demanded and supplied by the market mechanism. It is allowed to allocate resources in the production of most of the private goods. And the rest of the decisions, they are taken by the public sector. So in order to take more better decisions, it is having a motivation to increase the private ownerships of individuals, businesses, and the workers. Workers are the owners of their own services, and you can say the factors of production. And the private sector is provided a motivation to increase the private ownership by having maximization of profits. Whereas public sector ownership is also present, where the government goal is to increase the social welfare. Sometimes a product in which government is facing a heavy loss, but it is still provided for the sake of the social welfare of that society. For example, one of the railway section is bearing a heavy loss, but government is not discontinuing that. Why? Because it is going to increase the social welfare. It is transporting many of the workers from one place to another, although its overall cost is higher than its revenue, but still government is continuing things because they are going to increase the social welfare. Alright? So we think that private ownership is the motivation for the private sector, whereas public ownership is the motivation for the public sector to increase the social welfare of the country or the society members. Now, on the other hand, what things are present over there? Major decision making. I said, who is going to make the decisions? What is the decision making process? Market and government. Market forces and government. Majority of decisions are taken by the market forces, and the rest they are done by the public sector. So what type of government is required to run this mixed economic system? Again, we need to have democracy, government of the people, by the people, for the people. The government is made by the electoral process, where the elected members, they are going to have more conducive environment for the private sector to promote their businesses. What is the economic role of the government in this case? Government is not producing each and everything, but government is creating a very investment friendly environment where private sector will increase its investment and more employment opportunities will be created and more economic growth can be observed by that economy. Clear? I said in earlier way, capital is having no country, money which is going to be having investment in the country. Do you think which one is the capital or the country of the capital which we are involving to buy more production items? There is no country for capital to stay in. It will stay only in that country where peace is prevailing. If peaceful conditions are present in any economy, it is going to have protection of capitalist money, then definitely capital will grow in that environment where peace is prevailing. And if there is no peaceful conditions, law and order conditions are very poor, in that way the capitalist will take his money to that area, to that land or that country where peace is present, then capital will grow. Capital
stability is required.
Yes, capital requires peace and stability of the country, both on the economic side, both on the law and order condition side. If there is political stability, there is economic stability, there are peaceful conditions prevailing in the country, in that country capital will grow by the private sector. So what is the insurance by the government? Government will ensure that peaceful environment for the capitalists to grow their capital in that country. So majority of the things will be taken or decisions will be taken by the private sector. If peaceful conditions, economic conditions are stable and political conditions are stable, then this free market economy will give us more better results or efficient allocation of resources to overcome the basic economic problem of scarcity at present time. Although it cannot be overcome in future, it will further increase. So we have the discussion about the mixed economic system. So what will be the drawbacks? What are the outcomes? it is also having more competitive environment, more efficiencies there. Quality of products is also promoted by the private sector to provide better quality products to their customers. It is also involving research and development methods to have product and process innovations. But still it is having the growth of demerit goods. On the public sector, it is again showing economic inefficiency because of lack of profit motivation. There is no incentive to maximize the profit. So the public sector will have lack of motivation of profit. So the public sector employees will have only concern with their earnings or salaries, but they are not going to make the public sector organizations or corporations more successful like the private sector. So in this case, we again face inefficiency on the end of the government, and we can also face the development of demerit goods by the private sector, although they have been regulated by the government as well, but government cannot have check and control on each and every person in the economy. Still the growth of demerits are growing. You can see in other countries where casinos are allowed to operate, they are having the bars for wine drinking. So they have made them legalized and they are registered, and now they are giving taxes to the government of that country. So as a result, people, they are visiting frequently to these places, which are the demerits which are supplied in the mixed economic systems. So still we face the income inequalities, but here we can have a mechanism in which government will take taxes from the rich class in order to redistribute them with the poor people. But it is also having any mixed economic system may have, or most of the time in the developing countries, they have the poverty. If the private sector is adopting more technology in the production process, and it has, this country is having more population growth rate, so unemployment will lead towards poverty, and population sizes of these countries, if they are higher, so poverty will also be there. But government will also design the policies which will alleviate poverty in the country. This is how government is working in line with the private sector. Whatever the problems are created by the private sector, they can be resolved by the public sector. This is how both public and private sectors, they are having working side by side to achieve more economic efficiency and to have a better allocation of resources than the other two systems like free market and plan. So nowadays, majority of the countries, or almost all of the countries, they are having this mixed economic system. The thing is that how can we say this is more closer to free market? If the role of government is minimum, like USA, then we say this is a very, very close example of free market economy. Although it is mixed, but it has very minimum role of the government. And when the role of government has been more than any other private sector, or it is increasing day by day, then we say this is going to be a planned economic system. Like in China, they are having more stronger role of public sector in the country. So that can be example of planned economic system or communist state. Clear? When majority of the countries, they are having less and less role of their government as it is possible. So we say those countries, although mixed, but they are having less government role. Clear? So that's about our mixed economic system. I think that will make you understand how it works and how it allocates resources in the society in order to overcome the basic economic problem of scarcity of resources.